So what does a plastic spoon and 12 plastic bags have to do with your brain and body? I'm glad you asked. This plastic spoon is 5 to 7 grams in weight. On autopsies, they show 5 to 7 grams of plastic are in a person's brain. The 12 plastic bags, the EWG, the Environmental Working Group, from their studies have concluded that we eat approximately 12 plastic bags worth of plastic per year. Autopsies, let's get back to that. With the amount of plastic that are in autopsies today, they have greatly gone up from the past. Dementia, their causation correlation can't be put here, but they are finding that there are a lot more plastics in people's brains with dementia than people that don't have dementia. So what are microplastics? Microplastics are particles that are less than 5 millimeters in diameter. In 2019, they've estimated there's 460 million tons in the world. That is going to triple by 2060. What are sources of microplastics? Cooking utensils, plastic Tupperware, clothes particles, the water repellent stuff. And speaking of that, whenever you wash clothes that have those microfibers, you release a lot of plastics into your laundry, by the way. Cutting boards, the plastic cutting boards, that's a source of them. Drinking water bottles, the shaker bottles that you shake up, that releases microplastics. Cookware, the non-sticks, they release a lot of microplastics. One of the worst things that you can do is heat plastic up in the microwave, because those release 2.66 million particles in 3 minutes of microwaving. Other places, shampoo bottles, spice bottles, anything that's plastic that holds anything of use, you get leaching. Your car dash, think of the Texas summers, Arizona summers, all the heat's coming through, those particles are getting released into the air. You get into it and you breathe it in. Traffic lights that have plastic around the heat, they off gas. Event centers, all the plastic chairs, they off gas. So you're inundated by microplastics everywhere and you just can't escape them. They're in the foods that you eat. They're in fertilizer. People are like, fertilizer, I don't get it. They encapsulate fertilizer like the slow release, time released formulations. A lot of them are encapsulated in microplastics. So when that gets wet, breaks down, gets into the ground, goes from the ground into the water drinking supply, and we ingest it back in. That's why water is one of the biggest sources of microplastics. Some of the other places that you might not think about, let's talk about toothbrushes. Better option is bamboo. It's like clothing. What are the better options for clothing? Go back to cotton, wool, bamboo. Those are much better because they are now finding some of the most toxic clothings are the women's leggings and the underwear, the wicking stuff. So it's just time to get back to how God created things, natural. So what are some of the possible health implications associated with the microplastics? Possible health concerns: chronic inflammation, uncontrolled cell growth, lower sperm quality, decreased testosterone, cancers, metabolic disorders, lung issues, leaky gut, attention deficit, hyperactivity, fertility issues. Adds the Association of the American Medical College, because many plastics, they're xenoestrogen, that mimics the effects of estrogen in the body. And a recent study published in March 2024 found that people with higher concentrations of microplastics in their arteries were at a higher risk for heart attacks, strokes, and death. And a new study presented in January of 2025 at the annual meeting of the Society for Maternal Fetal Medicine, scientists unveiled research that found microplastics and nanoplastics occurred in higher concentrations in the placentas of the infants born prematurely compared to those who were born at term. So at this point, you might be thinking, oh gosh, doom and gloom, I'm just gonna die anyway. That's not the case. There is a new test out on the market, Plastictox. This test can identify the microplastics, the small particle and larger particle plastics that are floating around in your blood. It's a simple finger prick test. You just take a little lancet, poke, 8 drops of blood on a little circle, comes with a prepaid envelope, and you just mail it off. And in about 2 weeks, you get the results, and these are what the results look like. You can see the before, and you can see an after test. And you notice on the after test how the count greatly went down in 6 weeks. That is because of a very specialized product that is found in this bottle right here. This is a one-of-a-kind product in the world. It has an enzyme in it called Thalazyme. And that Thalazyme goes in and it starts eating up these particles. So that was the big difference between those 6-week test period. And I've got more tests coming in because it's relatively new. I did my own test after doing this, and I'm getting ready to do another one because after 2 months on this, my particle count was 19, which is considered in the green, but I want it even lower. So with this product being an enzyme, I have pregnant women that take this product because it starts eating up in a way at these plastics, the phthalates that are in there, because you're transferring, a pregnant woman transfers all the microplastics, mycotoxins, mold stuff, everything, heavy metals, chemicals, because a newborn today averages about 269 known toxic chemicals in their bloodstream through the placenta, and that's every single one being born. Adults on average have over 6,000 known chemicals in their bodies by the time they hit adulthood. So this enzyme is completely safe. You might start out with just 1 pill a day instead of 2. I jumped into 2. 2's what you do every day. But you might just start out with 1 because it does work as a detoxification. But I haven't had anybody have any issues whatsoever. And this product has now been on the market for 5 months. And it's doing phenomenal. It's helping people rebalance their hormones. It's helping turn light switches back on in their brain. They're feeling better. Their energy's coming up. So while you work your best at eliminating plastics, trying to keep the plastic straws out of your mouth, chewing on them, go to a stainless steel straw or a bamboo straw if you need to do something like that. And don't beat yourself up if it's like, oh my gosh, I got to drink water out of this plastic bottle. I don't have anything in a metal container. Don't worry about it. This is about making lifestyle changes and choices slowly. Pay attention to your environment around you and just start looking at how can I eliminate my exposures? Like get rid of all your plastic Tupperware. And I will bring this up right now. One of the test results that came back was at 444 particles. The guy prepared his meals in Tupperware. He ate out of Tupperware. Once he went to the glass, got on this product, 6 weeks later, cut by over 300 points in 6 weeks. Is this a forever product that you want to take? I take it every day just because of, look around. We got plastic everywhere, the TV, utensils, fiber in the carpet, these chairs. So I just want to try to stay on top of everything, and you can too. What I do recommend to patients sometimes is go 6 to 2 months straight, take a month or 2 off, and then just start back up again, where you're not having to spend so much money. And speaking of money, this plastics test is $139. If you don't have the money, or if you're not more of a black and white person, which has to have the data in front of them, go without the test. You've got plastics in you. Every person on the planet does. Just start on the product. So in the next video, I'm going to basically show you how the enzyme works. But if you don't want to wait and you want to go ahead and get started, click on the link below. There is a link that'll take you directly to the company to order the enzyme. If you want to get a Plastictox test, there will be a link below or an email at nhcfrontdesk@aol.com, and we can get your information and get a plastic test out to you. We'll just have them drop ship from the company. So thank you for taking your time and watching. It's greatly appreciated, and look forward to seeing you in the next video.